Hi, welcome to AttendeeHRM session on the new tax law. AttendeeHRM now supports the new tax law changes effective from January 1st, 2026. Basically, the changes, constitute majorly on the eradication of CRA, which is the Consolidated Relief Allowance, and the implementation of house rent relief. Okay, so let's get started. Let me quickly sign in into my account. So here is the dashboard of AttendeeHRM solution. Three things we need to consider, while making the changes, regarding the tax law. The first one is company setup. Under the company setup, we have managed company settings. Then second thing we need to look into is the grade level, where we specify the house rents of our employee in terms of their cadres. Then finally we move to payroll part, where make we look at the formula of the new tax law. Then we compute our salary accordingly. So let's get started. I'm clicking on company setup first to make changes to the company settings, because some companies might still decide to use the old tax law, whichever. So we made the system in such a way to accommodate both. We have a section called Select Tax Law, and under it we have where you can easily pick the new and the old. So by default, when you log into your account, it will be still running on the old one, or you can explicitly um, you know change it to the new tax law. So I'm selecting new tax law here. I'm making changes by clicking the save button. That's the first step. The second step is to come to grade level, okay, where you have all your grade levels. Then if you look at it very well, a column has been added called house rent. So if we want to use payroll, and you want to compute tax based on the new law, you also need to specify the house rent of employees. So all it means is, or what this implies, you probably need to click on edit button. So for instance, under the manager, we have 1 million as um, the house rent on a yearly basis. So let's pick it. So you can make changes to it, like um, as part of the formula too, if your house rent is let's say 1 million naira, that means the relief itself is going to be 20% of that 1 million naira. So in the true sense, this will be 200,000, which will serve as the relief. That will make the task a bit lower, and the cap is 500,000. So of course, for some set of people that their house rent is more than that, like let's say 3 million naira. So obviously 3 million naira, when you compute the 20% of 3 million, so it's more than 500,000, but the cap will still be 500,000, which will serve as rent relief for that employee. All right. So with this now, we want to assume this is 1 million. That's it's going to be 200,000. So if we need to make changes to it and set it accordingly to what the company is using for employees. Then we come to payroll parts. We click on the payroll section. So on the payroll section, we have our task setup. By virtue of making things easier, we have auto implement, or let's say auto create the new task. We call it new pay, from the back end, to cut across all companies on the platform. If for instance yours you think is not the same thing, you can always make changes to it. But as it's way, this is the information we have on the tax authority. whereby the first 800,000 is 0%, the next 3 million is 15%. As go as you know when you get to anything above 50 million, so 100 million is above 50 million, so you can always make changes to it. If your yearly, what's it called, your yearly gross is more than 100 million, you can also make changes to it. But um, I think that's the settings for now. So let's close this. The next thing is we move to salary setup. Okay, so from the salary setup, we already have, of course, we already have information. All we need to do is just click on edit and no new thing. So, okay, what we need to do is make changes by selecting the new page and then and click on update. So once this, has been implemented, um, I think that's final. We can always come to process our salary. We click on all staff just like we normally do. Let's select this, and then we click on generate. So with all the settings that we put in place and all the configuration, we'll be able to generate results and we get our net pay. So if you have any problem like challenge, in completing this, you can always reach out to us. We are open for any further upgrade which will suit your organization. Thank you for your time.